Today I'm going to show you how I engraved my very first tumbler using the Wecreat Vision laser. I've always loved the look of laser engraved tumblers, but I was always so intimidated to try out a laser until I got my hands on the Wecreat Vision. The Wecreat Vision just makes everything just super simple, and I'm so glad I have this machine now. If we're just meeting right now, hi, my name is Nisha. Welcome to Little Craft Nest. I can't wait to show you what I've been learning, so let's get started. We're gonna start off by setting up the rotary attachment for the Wecreat Vision. First, take out the laser beds out of the machine, and then we're gonna unscrew the 2 screws that are in the frame. Grab your rotary set and have the middle pin slide into the locating hole, and it's right between those 2 screws that you just pulled out, and it should be very easy to find. Then grab those screws again that you just took out, and you're gonna screw them back in using the hex screwdriver that was included. Once the rotary set is attached and you've tightened it on there, you can plug in the connection cable into the port on the machine control board. Make sure you have the grooves lined up so it goes in straight. I'm going to be engraving my daughter's pink Yeti tumbler. The vinyl on it has definitely had its day after a full school year of consistent use. I just peeled the vinyl off the tumbler and then grabbed a magic eraser to get any of the sticky residue off of it. Before you insert your tumbler into the jaw chuck, make sure you measure it first. You can measure either the circumference or the diameter. The jaw chuck can hold cylinders that have a diameter up to 3.93 inches. If you're not able to slide your tumbler into the jaw chuck, use the chuck key and put it in the little holes that are along the edge. There's 3 of them. And then loosen it, and then you'll be able to slide your tumbler in. And then you'll have to tighten it back up so that it is holding your tumbler well. I first tried putting the bottom end of my cup in the jaw chuck, but it kept slipping out because of the rounded edge at the bottom. So I decided to turn it around the other way. Make sure you use your chuck key to tighten all 3 holes. Then grab the holder. This is what's going to stabilize the other end of your tumbler. You can spin the wheel on top to adjust the height. Place your tumbler on it, then place the mini level on top of your tumbler to make sure it's level. Then rotate your tumbler around a few times, make sure it's not going anywhere, and then we can hop onto the computer and get our design ready. So we're going to open up a new project in Wecreat, and there is our Yeti here on our screen. But if you go over to the top right hand corner, you can see that it says laser flat. We need to change that over to laser cylindrical. And that just rotated our image on our screen. And then below we have to put in our dimensions. So our perimeter or our circumference was 9.5 inches, and that makes our diameter 3.02. So that seems close enough, so we'll stick with that. Under material, right now it says we have basswood selected. We're definitely not engraving basswood. So let's go ahead and change that. We can select stainless, and then we have a few options here. We've got red, black, blue, and just regular stainless steel. So I think I'm gonna select red because that's the closest to pink and there's no pink option. So we'll go for that and we'll see how this turns out. And then I'm just gonna click on confirm. Now you'll notice that we have this red box on top that says non-working area. That's because your machine does not wanna engrave any of the parts in your machine, and so this is the only area we have to work with. And that's why a lot of people will put their tumblers in their machine, flip the other way around. I wasn't able to do that with this tumbler because that bottom edge is so curvy, it just wouldn't hold it in place. So I did attach it to the top. Now I'm gonna upload my design. I just quickly made something in Canva that I'm gonna import here, and we'll add this to our screen. So here's our design here. It's kind of hard to see because it's black, and mostly everything here is black. So once we get it on our tumbler, we'll be able to see that a little better. We can zoom in a little bit. Now I find my mouse on my computer super sensitive, so when I zoom in, I really zoom in and then I can't scroll up. So if you're having that same problem, grab that hand at the top right hand corner and then you can pull down your screen a bit there. Then select the little mouse triangle again. All right, so let's line this up. I've got the word Yeti here at the bottom. I kind of want it to be lined up with that a little bit. And I don't want the image too big either. And we have to make sure those ears don't go in that red dead zone there. All right, I think that's looking pretty good, but we do need to adjust our settings for our design here. So with your design selected on your screen, we can go over to the right hand side and under preview, click on that red box there. And we're gonna select one of these engraving options here. And I have never engraved a tumbler before, so this is all gonna be trial and error. If you're selling stuff, definitely do test runs. So this is my test run, so I'm not too concerned. So we're gonna play around with this and have some fun and see how this turns out. So I'm thinking the setting here will look pretty good. So I'm gonna click on that. So that is a power of 100 and a speed of 55. And we'll see how that does. So I'm gonna click off of that. And then if we click off of our design, we can see the 3D preview. So let's click on that button and we'll see how this looks. So you can grab your mouse and rotate it. So if you were doing a design that wraps all the way around your tumbler, you'd be able to rotate this whole thing and see what it looks like. Because this is my very first tumbler, I wasn't brave enough to do a full wrap. So we'll try this out and then hopefully we'll get into full wrap engraving in another video. So I'm thinking this looks pretty good. So let's click on that X button and then let's go ahead and click on start. Now your machine will automatically adjust the height once you press start, just like you do when you press the autofocus when you're engraving wood. All right, so I got a bit of a warning saying that my image is a little close to the non-working border. So I could go ahead and do that, but I think I better lower it just a slight bit. So it says, do you want to continue? And I'm gonna cancel this. And I'm gonna move my image just slightly down a hair, and then maybe my machine will be a little more happy with me. So I'm gonna try and press start again. And yay, I don't have that warning this time, so that's good. And it looks like it'll take about 8.5 minutes to get this engraved. So let's send this to our machine, and then you have to press the physical start button on your machine to get it going. And here's what it looks like when it's all done. Now it looks a little fuzzy at first, maybe a little dirty, but I took a magic eraser to this and this is the final look. It looks so much better once it's cleaned up. I didn't quite get this lined up perfectly, but I'm really happy with how it turned out for my very first tumbler. I'm sure by the end of the week, every tumbler in my house will be engraved. If you're interested in learning more about the Wecreat vision, I do have a few other videos on it, so you can check out this playlist right here. I also have a coupon code for the Wecreat in the description of this video, so go check that out. And I hope to see you on more crafting adventures.